Hey guys, and welcome to another brand new video. In this video, we're going to be doing a little bit of a rant on over here because it now has been officially confirmed as of now that the brand new Legend of Zelda game is now hitting the $70 price tag. Now, I'm sure you guys can probably go and assume on what I'm about to go and complain about, and well, what I'm very upset with Nintendo about, but as well, there's actually an official update to on how they're going to be basically doing all these upturnal prices and how they're going to decide these on the games and everything all in between. So we're going to go talk about this because today's Nintendo Direct was, in all honesty, pretty mediocre. There's basically no brand new games coming out. We have these brand new kind of snuck on in announcements of basically games going up in price, and everything is just all around awful, and I'm kind of upset right now with Nintendo. So I'm going to talk about this and rant about this, and I kind of want to know if you guys also agree, so definitely give me your thoughts and comments down below in the comment section, but as well, what is Nintendo thinking? So if you guys want to subscribe, feel free to. We'd love to have you on the Twitter and Twitch room down below. You guys can. You guys want the Target, Amazon links down below, you can. If you want everything, you can, and I love you guys all to bits for being here, and let's well, just complain for about 10 minutes, like what else is new on YouTube. So in case you guys missed this, as of today, there was a Nintendo Direct, which is cool, but there really wasn't anything that was really announced. We had the brand new Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom, or Breath of the Wild 2, and we've already known about this for some time. We've seen trailers, it's been kind of hyped up for a while, and this is essentially going to be Nintendo's next big game. Like, we know it's going to be huge. I think it's going to sell like hotcakes, and I will be honest. Am I upset about the price change? Yes. But am I still going to buy the game, play the game, make content on the game? Yes, I'm going to. It's just how it is. I gotta be honest. I really like the first Breath of the Wild. It's a really good game. I hope this is good. But it doesn't go and take away the fact that a lot of people are upset. A lot of other people besides me are upset. And I myself just don't want to have this $70 price tag for Nintendo games. We made a video on this earlier on today because that was like the big leak, like preemptively. We saw websites and all these different places putting this $70 price tag. And well, even for me, I put out a tweet for this earlier on today too, where I saw like that looks like it's confirmed now to the Nintendo Direct of Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom at $70. And it was weird because we also did go and have a lot of these different types of things, like such as this on the stores or getting blocked. Basically took a while for the store to get updated, and it just seems like it's confirmed. We are now confirmed that some Nintendo games are going to be $70, and I just think it's ridiculous. So first and foremost, I want to go and say, this is a game that's going to be reusing a lot of old assets and textures. Now, in traditional senses, I don't mind. Like, if a game, like, using the same engine or whatever, it's a Zelda game, the sequel's going to be very similar. But for this, number one, they want to increase up the price tag, which I'm not happy about. Number two, they didn't really talk about this besides just randomly springing it up on people. And it almost was like weird because we saw the leaks and we knew it was happening, but like just Nintendo didn't address it. I mean, they obviously probably wouldn't want to address it on their Direct because it'd probably be really bad PR. But bro, the internet sees all. Like, we've been seeing on YouTube videos. We saw the leaks early as we made in our own video. I saw the tweets. We saw people mentioning, and people are upset, myself included, because this is a big change. Now, at least when it comes to Sony, or even at least I'll give some credit to Xbox, when we had Phil Spencer kind of subtly say, in the future, we're probably going to have more games, and then they're going to cost a little bit more money. Maybe it's Game Pass, maybe it's the games themselves, maybe it's the consoles, we don't know. But with inflation and supply issues and just developer costs and everything, well, it's going to be a big issue. It's going to be a big, well, we're going to have to up the price. At least they give us the soft landing. They're like, in this holiday season, we don't have to worry about it. Now, this is like Nintendo in its truest Nintendo form, where they just go and spring it on us, and we sit here and we realize, wow, we're idiots. Why is this going on? Like, you know? So I'm so upset about this because not like, let alone Zelda. I want to play this game. I just don't think the game, it hasn't come out yet, I could be wrong, but I just don't think the game deserves a $70 price tag. Now, if they made me a Switch Pro, and we kind of realize in the future that the Switch Pro is going to have this great graphics, they're going to kind of come up close to the PS5, it's going to have better battery, better hardware, etc., sure, I'm down. But I remember when I first played Breath of the Wild, on my day one Switch, on day one release, I was still lagging. Like, the hardware itself in that game, when I was in the Korok Forest, the game itself was still lagging. You had a lot of mobs on the screen, it was lagging on a day one, like, mainstream console. And that's why I'm a little bit worried, because if this game's trying to be more bigger and better, which it should be if it's like 5 or 6 years later after they made the original Breath of the Wild, I'm expecting this game to be amazing. I'm expecting this game to be Pog. I'm expecting this game to be one of the best games I've ever had a chance to go and play. And the fact of that alone is there's going to be a lot of reused assets, which kind of takes away the joy of the game. Once again, it's a sequel, I get it. but as well, we're also kind of seeing the similar world, similar lore, similar story, which is also kind of part of the fun. Like a lot of different games, like think like Wind Waker versus say like Majora's Mask. They're really different stylistically, and while a lot of folks liked Breath of the Wild, and I think it makes sense lore-wise and story-wise, it's just not really new. It's gonna be a lot of similar vibes, a lot of similar mechanics, and a lot of things that we're kind of just already used to when it comes to a game. And the fact that they sprung this on up for $70 without really warning people and just talking about this is a really, really sad thing. Now, if you guys have kind of missed this, we've seen some other like people talk about this in the past few hours or so, saying that Nintendo has confirmed Zelda Tears of the Kingdom pricing. So it's confirmed. Like we know this is true. Like the website's right. We know it's right. And so the big change over here though, in addition to the standard version, which will be available at a suggested retail price of $69.99, the collector's edition will release on launch day at a suggested retail price of $130. And well, yeah, like even some point, you can literally see that this kind of thing sums up everything. You can literally see the very first to reply. There are no excuses as to why this game is being priced at $70, lower frame rates, and lower resolution LMAO. And we're seeing a lot of folks in these similar types of things too as well. Like death and taxes, a Nintendo price hike was inevitable. Grabbing that collector's edition still. So which is almost 6 years old tech. $70 isn't really justified too as well. And like you said, and like I think people are upset. I'm upset. Like I think that I've been seeing so many comments and so many people and so many like content creators, streamers, YouTubers, and myself not included, because I just think this is messed up. Like I really don't think Nintendo should be allowed to do this. I'm very upset with Nintendo. Because also don't forget too, a really big demographic of Nintendo is also children. You have like these families, you have these kids that are playing their very first Nintendo game or video game. And well, do you want to have little Jimmy over there have to go pay $70 for a random game? No. If you're a parent, no, you want it to be cheap as possible. And that kind of goes to a part two, or at least for some, like kind of nowadays, at least a lot of really big games will go on sale. And Nintendo is notorious for almost never going on sale at all. A lot of their games are like $70 and then there are $60 and then there's $60 5 years later. Mario Kart Deluxe that was originally on the Wii U has been re-released and has been running for how long is still barely on sale. Now it's weird because people still do buy Nintendo games like Animal Crossing or all these other various Mario games, Breath of the Wild, etc. because they are good. Like they feel good. They're nicely made at times. They're not optimized well because the Switch hardware is kind of, well, mediocre. But obviously Nintendo just has a huge fan base and it's been around forever and everyone knows Nintendo or has a Switch. I know a lot of folks with Switches. And that's why I kind of get so upsetting because I feel like we go through this and it almost seems like they have a hook, like a stranglehold on children. You know, like you have like these parents over here that are trying to buy the games. They'll get them either way for their birthday or for Christmas or whatever it might be. And well, it just kind of stinks because, well, I don't know. I just don't want to pay $70. That's just the moral of the story. I just don't want to pay $70 for a random Nintendo game. I just don't think that's my vibe. I don't think I want to do it. Will I do it? Yes, and that's probably why they increased the price. I'll be honest, I probably will buy the game. I will probably play the game, but it just kind of makes me so sad to see. Like even some of my homies like over here, like Goth, like I was seeing him kind of chiming on in, saying like Nintendo has confirmed now that Tears of the Kingdom intended pricing is $70. Based on what they show, the title largely content they've already sold. Breath of the Wild is my favorite game of all time, one of mine as well. He's a hardcore Zelda nerd, and even he's having issues with this justification. And it's kind of more intriguing because this is not like the general public, more of like a content creator public, and it's weird because like I just don't think $60 is a bad price. I think 70 is a little weird for a Nintendo game. There's been a lot of Nintendo games that just don't have good content. And they want to go and sell these Mario parties or these like other various games for $70. I'm probably just not going to really want to play them. You know, like they're not bad games. I mean, Breath of the Wild 2, you know, Tears of the Kingdom, it's probably be a good game. It's probably going to be awesome, but it just kind of makes me sad to go and see. And we've seen this before, they did go and confirm they want to do it by a case-by-case basis. So not every single Nintendo game is going to be $70. And I think that's good, but once again, like what's going to be the justification? What's going to be the reason why? And like, are they going to even see even less sales? Because at the end of the day, I probably wouldn't doubt it. Like, I just think there's a lot of games that I already have kind of passed on that I don't want to play because I already know they're going to be mediocre. And especially for a $70 price tag, like at least at like a Sony game, I could realize like, oh, hey, like God of War's maybe not be my cup of tea, but I know it's gonna be a good game. First, like Game Pass, at least we know $10, $15 for Game Pass. Okay, like it could be worse, you know? So I don't know. It's kind of like, I think I'm very upset with Nintendo, and I would like to hear your thoughts and comments down below in the comment section, because this is just ridiculous. Like, it's going to be a good game, and it almost seems like they know the game's going to sell like hotcakes, So they made sure to increase the price and make everyone else have to kind of deal with all this crazy mess because, I don't know, everyone else is doing it. Like, Xbox is doing it, why don't we? Okay, PlayStation's doing it, why don't we? And I feel like that's just like so taken away from the soul of games. And like, I get it, you have inflation, you gotta pay the devs, you gotta make sure everything's going good, but gaming for the past 2 years has been huge and has made billions upon billions of dollars. So I'm not too happy with this. I'm pretty upset. You could probably tell. Am I gonna buy the game? Yeah. Am I gonna hate that I do it? Yeah. And I just hope that a lot of these other games don't follow suit. So give me your thoughts, give me your comments down below. Are you guys still gonna buy the game? Let me know. And as well, make sure you guys are subscribed with the notifications on. We have the Twitter and Twitch stream down below. We have the Amazon links down below and Target links too. And I appreciate you guys all so much for watching here in the first place.